Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the GSD show. I'm Mike Arce, and man, 2019 has been an incredible year. Not just for my company, but for many companies and for the GSD show listeners. And we've got ranked the top 10 takeaways from the GSD show of 2019. Now I know there's a lot of episodes that we've released, so you may not have been able to actually listen to them all yet. So what we've done for you is we've actually taken about 2 to 3 minutes, whatever those most powerful moments are, the biggest takeaways from the show this year, and we put them together in one episode. This way you can immediately skip to the best stuff and also learn which episodes maybe you haven't gotten a chance to listen to, but you know you want to hear more of by listening to some of the best moments. So thank you so much for being a fan in 2019, for being a listener. We're excited for 2020. We're going to be doing so many more things next year. But for today, let's get into the top 10 moments of 2019 on the GSD show. Now, there's certain things that cost a lot of money for a fitness studio because you don't need it a lot. For example, like design or editing a video. Like, I mean, you don't need design done all day, every day. So to have an employee for that, even part-time, is a waste of money. So you use two tools called Upwork and Fiverr.
Yes.
So talk to me about Upwork and Fiverr, how those work.
So these are really great platforms to save you money and to save you time. A lot of times as business owners, we get caught up in I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. We think we have to do everything because we're either afraid to delegate stuff because we're worried about what the product will come back to us like, or we just have a control issue and we feel like we have to control everything. So I encourage you
you think we can't afford it.
Right, or I just can't afford that. So you have to understand that there are other things out there besides the things that you see on Facebook ads. I can design this for you for $1,000 a month.
Right.
Fiverr and Upwork is a great place to go for specific projects. If you have a specific things that needs to be done, you can go, for example, on Upwork, you can actually search, or you can actually search for the project or freelancer, like I need this done.
Like a thumbnail for a YouTube video?
Or I need my podcast video edited, or
Okay.
I need my Facebook ad. I created an ad
So
or video.
you'd search for people that have done this
Yes, so like
over and
video
over.
editing or
Okay.
podcast editing, or maybe you need somebody to proofread something that you wrote,
copywriting
like your
editor.
Yes, you can go on there and pay $3 an hour for somebody, or you can just pay $20 for a project, or
Yeah.
15, 10. I've paid as little as $5 for projects before. But if it's just something basic that you just need done fast, go on Upwork, go on Fiverr. Fiverr's more dedicated to like, I need X project done, so I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna put this job out there and this is what I need, and then your freelancers are gonna come find you. So
Yeah, like my wife had a mural
Yeah.
of, if you guys ever follow me on Instagram, you can see because I post about it a lot. We were like you did it today, because anytime somebody's at my house for the first time, I take a picture of them with it, and like Brittany Welk has witnessed. But it's basically like, it's from the Sistine Chapel. It's like,
it's like you're like an angel. Like
I'm like an angel being touched, or it's like God creating Adam or something
Yeah.
like that. Well, like my wife for Father's Day got it, so it's our whole family. So it's my wife and me touching fingers with all the kids around
like a
her.
cherubim or whatever they're called.
I have no idea what they're called. But she paid like 10 or 15 bucks to go ahead and have us superimposed on there, and then she just got the canvas made. But you know, if you need a jingle done, if you need something just edited really quick, or little graphics,
cover photos
they're
for
good
Facebook.
Yeah, they're really good for that. We also use onlinejobs.ph. It's a great, it's another alternative, and it's all people mainly in the Philippines, and you get stuff done for like $2 to $3. So a lot of the graphics you've seen on our shows, like GSD Stories, those graphics were done for like $30, and it would take us hours to do here. So Upwork, you can go to Fiverr. You go to usefiverr.com. By the way, Fiverr spelled USEFIVERR.com. So usefiverr, 2 R's.com, and you get a good deal there.
Here's a great way, by the way, to tie scorecards into salespeople. Ask the salesperson how much money they want to make this year, because most salespeople are on commission, or some element of commission.
Yeah, ours are.
Ask them how much money they want. How much money do you want to make? And if you want to make that much money, do you know how many leads you need, or how many clients you need to land? Do you know how many you need to land this year, this month, this week, by day? Let me help you figure out a plan to show you if you execute this plan, you would generate that much money.
So the score is not based on what you need for the company. The score is based on what they need.
Correct. And so I would say to them, well, let's say you only want to make 70 grand. What if you made 100? How would that feel? Oh, I'd love to make 100. Tell you what, how about we set a plan We look at what it's like to do 100 grand in profit for you. How about we create a plan for you to do 100,000, and then I will coach you and mentor you and sales train you to get you there. Would you be in? To be like, I'd totally be in. I'm not holding you accountable. I'm going to support you and help you get to 100. I've now raised your goal, which has raised your plan, which has raised the results you need, which has raised your activity level.
Wow.
So now you'll be like, of course I'll do 30 phone calls a day because I know that'll get me to 100. In fact, if I do 35, I might get to 110.
Right.
I've raised your bar.
Now the activity makes sense for them.
Correct. And now they understand if I'm now measuring activity, it's not to hold them accountable, it's to help them hit their goal. And if we can shift as a company or as owners to say, I'm going to help you hit your goal versus manage you.
And of course, whatever that is has to make sense for the company as well.
It has to be, or you're going to have to raise it or change it.
Right. Jack and Jill went up the... Okay, well in this case, they went up to the fitness studio. I'm gonna talk to you about Jill real quick, because this is important. Jill is a human being, just like all of us. How many of you guys heard the leads suck? Yeah, the leads don't suck. The leads are real human beings. Jill is a real human being. The difference between a good lead, a great lead, right? Somebody that comes in and they're just ready to buy, is that there's usually a Joe or Jack. We'll call him Jack. Jack makes sense. Jack, okay? Jack is a member of yours. Jack works out at your studio. Jack goes up to Jill and tells her everything she needs to know about your studio so she can come in with confidence and pretty much be ready to join. At that point, is it a done deal? You'd have to mess up to not close that deal, right? That's what they call a hot lead. So when people say I close 9 out of 10, that's because you're not doing ads. It's all referral based. Nobody closes 9 out of 10, okay? So, okay, great. You got Jack referring Jill. Jill comes in and buys. Jill is a 33-year-old mother of 2, lives 4 miles away. The only difference between a shitty lead and a great lead is nothing to do with Jill. Who does it have to do with? Jack. Jack's the reason. Jill, if Jack didn't exist, 33-year-old Jill would still have 2 kids, same husband, same house, same job, same food in the fridge, same car in the driveway, same hopes and dreams, same desires. Everything's the same about Jill, with the exception Jack doesn't exist in her life to tell her to come and work out at this place. So in this case, Jill sees the ad instead. Jill fills out that ad, fills out the form on that ad, and then gets into your inbox. And now you go to call Jill, and she's not as sold. Why not? There was no Jack. What Jack did was, Jack took her at the top of the funnel and shoved her down the funnel for you, and all you had to do was pull her out. That was it. In this case, she's sitting at the top of the funnel. You have to push them down, and then you have to pull them out. There's no difference between a shitty lead and a good lead humanly. As far as they're humans, they're the same person. The only difference is one is further down the funnel than the other. That's it. And if you want more good leads, you need more Jacks. What's the first step to get more Jacks? Target Jills. Get more Jills to buy. Jills will get Jacks. Jacks will get more Jills for you. You only have to hustle really hard for the first 3 to 6 months. You only have to go through that grind really hard for the first 3 to 6 months. After that, if you've really done your job and you've done everything you could do to get as many Jacks to turn into Jills to turn into Jacks, Jacks will start bringing you Jills at a higher rate. You want more hot leads, which come from member referrals. What's one thing that you can do? Get more members. And also have a really good process to get your members to refer people, right? Actively, not reactively. So remember that when people tell you there's shitty leads or the leads suck, it's a human being that just didn't get shoved down the funnel yet. I'm sorry that Jack didn't exist for you here, but you got to play Jack for this role. And you've got to get them to do it. It's not a layup here. Does that make sense? There's no shitty leads. What's a healthy net profit for a fitness studio, like percentage-wise?
15% is a really healthy net profit.
So if you bring in $50K a month, you want to be able to bring in about $7,500 per month in overall profit, net profit.
That's true, and I'm going to say that's a good baseline. But if you can get higher than that, then you're doing well. Mm-hmm. A lot of times, people, you're going to you might track 12% one month, you might track 20% the next month. But as long as you're in that range, you're good. And that number is definitely going to go down if you're doing things like investing in different areas of your business. So I wouldn't freak out if you're, hiring people like a sales manager or somebody who's not directly going out and like earning you revenue.
Or you're investing in a bunch of equipment.
Yeah, things like that. Like you're going out and buying new computers or
expansion,
advertising, things like that. Those are going to affect your revenue positively in the future, but it's going to make you look like things aren't going so well this month. So as long as there's a plan and you're not just overspending just because you're not paying attention to it, then I think you're in good shape.
Yeah, so for us, we aim for about 20%
That's great.
net profit.
Yeah.
And if we can get more, we get more, which is
Right.
great, but we need to get at least 20%. But it's definitely not per month. It's by the end of the year.
Yeah.
We want to close out at that because the 2 months leading up to GSDCon, we lost money. We were
Sure.
negative net profit.
Yeah.
But we were spending a ton of money on AV and the venue and catering and all that stuff. But then the month after GSDCon, all those expenses went away, and we had a bunch of income that came from GSDCon,
Yep.
and our net profit made up for those 2 months and the future months.
Yeah.
So
but you
that's
had that vision, and I think that's the difference between you and a lot of other business owners is you go into that spending knowing that what the result is going to be. A lot of times people are just shooting, just deciding, oh, I'm going to spend money here, spend money there, but they're not thinking, is this going to earn me something later?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you really have to be focused and understand what the effect of that spend is.
Saturation really only exists for the average and below average. Think of it this way. There are about 10,000 college basketball players looking to make it into the NBA each year. The NBA can only have 360 active players at one time. But when you're LeBron James, you not only make it into the NBA, you also get as much playing time as you want, and you even get to pick the team you play on and have others fight over you. If you want to succeed in a saturated market, become the LeBron James of whatever you do. Bedros not only does this to grow his individual studios, but also to get new franchisees. And he does it with great storytelling.
All of our Fit Body Bootcamp franchise ads, they don't say that we're the 4-time Inc. 5000 fastest growing company and 2-time entrepreneur listed 500 company. We don't even mention that shit. We just go meet Matt Wilbur. He owns 7 Fit Body Bootcamp locations. He started off in his grandma's basement with 2 credit cards that were overdrawn, right? Meet Stephanie Flynn, Fit Body Bootcamp owner. 4 locations, Tulsa, Oklahoma, right? We tell her story, show her story as a single mom. And as you do these things, people go, I can relate to her, I can relate to him. My story is very similar to that. Yeah, I am curious. And we don't go, hey, you should start a Fit Body Bootcamp. We go, maybe you're curious if there's a territory available in your area. Click here to enter your zip code to see if there's a territory available. We start the conversation at a so non-threatening level. So once you show case studies of clients who have lost 100 pounds, 50 pounds, 60 pounds, but don't just show the before and after pictures. Tell their story. Even if you're using your iPhone, you don't need a whole videography team. Use your iPhone to tell that story. Ask them these questions. Why did you start working out with me? How was life before you lost 100 pounds? How did people treat you? How did you treat yourself? How do you feel now? How do your kids look at you? How do others look at you? What would you say to someone who was curious about working out at my gym here? Those 8 questions answered by someone, properly edited by you on your iPhone using iMovies, used as a case study, and now you retarget to them, right? But I'm still talking to the 100 business owners. I haven't forgotten them. I haven't forgotten them, Mike. And it's that. And now that I've got clients, as they're starting, as I sign them up, I go, Mike, welcome aboard to Fit Body Bootcamp Chino Hills. As I help you achieve your fitness and fat loss results of losing 60 pounds over the next 12 months, can I count on you to help me achieve my business goals, which is to help 10,000 people in the city of Chino Hills over the next 5 years? Can I ask you to refer your friends and family and coworkers to me as I prove to you that I can get your results? And you're gonna say yes. And now I've set the condition of doing business. So now I've got the most influential people in the city, the top 100 businesses, eating out of my palm and referring their customers to me. I'm running case study ads and retargeting funnels to them. Now it's working, right? A case study ad where I can show a compelling video and then say, hey, look, would you want to try a free week? Like, that's the lowest barrier offer. Come try a free week. People go, oh, Groupons don't work, free offers don't work. No, you just don't know how to close. You don't know how to build a relationship. You don't know how to deliver value because you just want people to drop their pants and give you their money. That's not going to happen, right? It's funny that you can actually go through a whole courtship process for 2 years to win someone over to get married, but you're willing to go through the courtship process of courting your community. And that's why people blame oversaturation. But the oversaturation will get fixed, and it's going to get fixed when the economy recorrects itself. The problem is, are you still going to be that crappy gym owner, delivering crappy service, using crappy marketing, and never asking for referrals, never running funnels properly, too afraid to go to the local business owners, and just going, well, good, I survived, so now I'm thriving because there's less competition, because then the economy is going to recorrect the other way again, and then you're going to blame saturation. It's a cycle that continues. Losers will always lose. Winners will always win. Become a winner.
How many of you guys feel like it's hard to find good people sometimes, or great people? Yeah. How many of you guys have heard the phrase, man, if you have to choose hiring character over skill, hire character every time? Raise your hands if you believe that. Yeah, you're right. Character over skill. However, there's a third option. What's the third option? Both. Here's the problem though. If you feel like, how many of you guys feel like both are unicorns? Yeah, they're not. They're just not applying. They're not looking for work. They're not filling out your Indeed applications. They're not on jobbing. They're not responding to your Facebook ad. They're not doing any of that. Why do you think they're not doing any of that? They got a good job, they're getting paid well, and they've got a good future with security, right? So how do you think you get them? Yeah, you got to take them. You got to go take them. Go get them. I've been recruited before. LeBron James has been recruited. Everyone in any sport has been recruited, right? The idea is, yeah, I get it. You're on a team that just won a championship at the Cavs, and you've been to the finals 4 years in a row with the Cavs, but I got to tell you why it's going to be better in LA. Here's why, right? And so you just got to be, that's where you put on your sales hat. I haven't made an end user sale. We've now over 2,000 clients. I haven't made an end user sale in like 2.5 years. All my sales now are employee base, always have a dream list. I got 15 people right now on my list that I want to work for me. Maybe not today, maybe not in 6 months, but I want you someday and you're gonna work for me at one point or another. So Dan, my VP of sales, I've been courting him for a year. Just following up, hey man, how are things going? Oh yeah, he's gonna ask you how things going. Dude, we're growing really fast, man. We're building a really great team, it's awesome. And that's it, and little by little, you find the time, you connect. And then you make that moment. Matt Kafora, that was like a 6-month thing in working. Billy Sykes, that was like a 2-year thing in working. If you're looking where to find those people that have character and skill, go to LinkedIn, type in companies that you know have a great culture. You can look at the best places to work lists, start with that. Look for people that have a great culture. Then from there, go down all their employees and look for people that have worked there for 2 years or longer and people that have had maybe some promotions along the way. Those are the people that you target. Yes? Good? You just reach out to them there. By the way, when you pitch them, you got to make sure how you pitch it. Don't say, hey, are you open to hearing other opportunities? Don't say that, because that creates a disloyal factor. What you do is you say, are you closed off to other opportunities if there's some really good ones out there for you? People don't want to be closed off. They want to be loyal, but they don't want to be closed off. So I kind of switched the verbiage a little bit. The guys that are great, you've got to court them for a little while. You might be friend zoned for a little while, but you got to wait it out and you got to get it at the right time and always make the compelling argument as to why you're better. So look for those people because character and skill is always going to win.
Simplest exercise ever. How many of you struggle with what to say on video? When you're creating your ads and you're like, this is good, but I'm not really sure, am I being too wordy? Or how many of you struggle with knowing what to post in regards to the content? This is kind of confusing, right? Okay, here you go, simple exercise. Here we go. On the left side of your paper, I want you to write problem. On the right-hand side, I want you to write solution. And then at the bottom somewhere, my handwriting's really good, say audience. You gotta be specific about who you're talking to, right? Like a woman who's 35, who just was married, she has different reasons for wanting to work out than the 21-year-old who's in college and just wants to chase girls, right? Whole different lane. So you have to, for this to work, you gotta have clarity in the audience. But here's your whole content. What are the top 10 problems that a woman who is married, just had 2 kids, and she's trying to get back into shape, what are the top 10 problems that she's facing? What is it? Time, okay, cool, time is great. Boom. What else? Money. Yeah, kids are expensive as shit. I gotta give mine away. Okay, what else? Tired, yes, energy, hell yeah. Just make up stuff,
I'm not
yell
going to
stuff
chime
up.
in on this.
What else?
I'm not going to chime in. I'm going to let the ladies do it.
Okay. What was that? Knowledge? Confidence, Motivation, yes. Accountability, all the stuff. Those are problems. So guess what your content is? Take out your cell phones. Hey ladies, if you're looking to lose weight but you feel like you don't have enough time, well, here's what you can do. Boom, 2-minute response. Ladies, what does this say? I can't read my own shit. Like, that's how bad it is. Ladies, if you're looking to get back in shape but you don't have the money, well, here's what you can do for free. Ladies, if you want to get back in shape but you never have the energy because you're always tired, here's what you can do. 2 minutes. Do this exercise 30 times. You have all of your content done for the month. Then you place them on YouTube, and in front of it, put how to, right? How to work out when you don't have any time, how to do this. And now organically, people are discovering you. It doesn't take long. You can do it on your cell phone, and it costs you nothing. That doesn't cost you anything. But when people really like you and they love you, it's because you taught them something that they didn't know. That's the big secret. Like my videos, when I'm attracting people, I just teach them shit. Like what I did today, I was like, hey, by the way, YouTube doesn't charge you unless they watch for 30 seconds. Like, oh my gosh, that's my dude right there. That's the process. Teach people shit they don't know and they will love you. So if you can do that, that's your whole entire content schedule, video thing, then like run ads to them. Actually, hold up. What you should actually do is post this on your social media handles. You guys all do pretty good, like socially and organically. But look at the insights and see which one was the most engaged, and that's the one you turn into an ad.
So I just finished my workout, right? So who's hitting me up? Is it the instructor? Is it the front desk girl? Is it a studio manager? Who's hitting me up right now?
Oh yeah, no doubt about it, the coach.
Coach. Okay.
Oh yeah, the coach just kicked your butt. Can I say ass on here?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
It's the Get Shit Done show.
The Get Shit Done. So you just got your ass kicked, but in a really effective, smart way.
Yep.
We are technology backed.
Of course.
Right? So after that, coach comes over and says, Mike, damn it, how do you feel, brother?
I feel great.
Yeah. Let me go over the results for you. Come on over for a few minutes.
Yep.
So it looks like here, Mike, that you are deconditioned. I'm just kidding. No, you're in great shape. No,
And
Mike,
you actually do that, Jim. Yeah, because it's good.
man,
It gets
of
people
course,
to laugh,
of course.
right?
So I said, hey, Mike, guess what? Great screen, great show, great. The chart looks fantastic. How do you feel?
I feel good, man. Tired but good.
Tired but good. But you want to be great.
Yes.
It's going to take Orange Theory Fitness to get you there. So do you see what you're doing now a little bit different than what we could be doing here?
Yes.
So Mike, here's my prescription. It's very, very simple. I'm going to be your coach now. So let's do this. I got to see you 4 to 3 times a week in here. And when we do that, you will, not maybe, not if, not when, you will see results. And guess what? We actually guarantee it.
Really? How does that work?
We guarantee it. Don't mind me. I'm going to let my teammate take over from here, but I just want to make sure you know crystal clearly, I'm going to see you 4 times a week.
Yes.
Roger that?
Yes.
Give me some pound right there.
That skin-to-skin contact, by the way, is such a confirmation, by the way. It's a handshake. It's essentially the new 2020 handshake,
It
right?
is.
Okay,
It
got
is.
it.
I mean, look, if you feel motivated, I mean, I'm a hugger.
Yeah, yeah.
So if I'm in the studio, I don't care how
you're
sweaty
feeling
you
the
are.
person, yeah.
Oh, I'm hugging. I don't care.
So now I go over to front desk, studio manager.
You haven't moved.
Well, okay, so they
You
come
haven't
to me.
moved. I come to you.
Okay, got it. So the next
you.
person comes to me.
Yeah. And then I say, Mike, how do you feel, brother?
I feel great.
So I got the prescription for success for you.
Yep.
So Coach Mike said 4 times a week.
Yep.
Now before the workout, we actually did talk a little bit about schedules. So you on the program, you actually did say that about 3 to 4 times a week would fit your current needs, right?
Yeah.
So we're right in line. So Mike, here's the best part about it, okay? If you are coming in 4 times a week, it's about $12 a session.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty easy. Okay.
Sound good?
I love it. You stay quiet. You let him
Welcome
do it.
home, brother.
You let him do it.
One of the biggest.
And you use your head. So for everyone that's listening and not watching, he smiled at me the whole way, and he nodded his head yes. He's basically making my head go up and down, which is another type of NLP in a way. We're using body language to get because it's kind of like the yawn.
Yeah.
The head nod, the smile, all these things get the other person to want to do it.
Yes.
The stand up, right? Like
Yeah.
if I stand up right now, you're going to feel the urge. If a meeting is not over, it's not even sad,
Right.
but I start standing up, everyone starts standing up.
Totally.
If we're standing and talking and I start walking and I do this with my head, you start following with me. Even if I didn't break conversation and tell you to do it. Certain body language that can initiate action. What you just did initiated action.
You know, I'll remind the audience, never forget the first language we learn.
Yeah, absolutely. These kids don't know what the word thought means, but they know what it means when mom's coming.
Body language.
Yeah.
Never forget it. So if you want to get better at sales, get better with your body language. Get better with how you present, your hand gestures. Everything about the process needs to be attended.
If you look at the 50 plus crowd right now, that's 70% of the disposable income in the US. 70%. And only 5 to 10% of marketing dollars are spent specifically on that crowd. So I don't care if you're in the fitness business or not, there is massive opportunity there, right? The clubs that are sustaining high revenue for a long period of time are all servicing this 50 plus crowd.
Rick's numbers line up very close to what we've noticed with the thousands of studios we've gotten to work with. Of course, the boutique studio industry is still young and not enough people are measuring like they should. But for the studios that do, we've learned that the older they are, the longer they stay. In fact, our data showed that the 21 to 24 age group stayed with a boutique fitness studio for an average of 3 months. 25 to 34 group stays for an average of 7 months. 35 to 44 group stays for 9 months. And the 45 and older demographic tends to stay for 14 plus months. Although many people are looking for ways to attract the Gen Zers, the people that really know the data like Rick go after their parents instead. If two people of opposite demographics are spending $150 a month on a membership, the 22-year-old would have a lifetime customer value of $450 and their mom would have a lifetime customer value of over $2,100, an almost 5x increase in value. If you worked hard to get 300 Gen Z members, your business would have earned $135,000 for that hard work. If you targeted 300 members older than 45, you most likely would have earned over $630,000 for the same effort. The real money isn't in how many members you get, it's in how long you keep them. I was like, man, if we do this for the fitness studio space, we may save this industry 10, 15 years of just torture. Right?
And a lot of pain and heartache. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I was I consulted for a couple months back, and Mike, I gotta tell you, man, it broke my heart. You know, I had two people who, you know, 55, 60 years old, who left the corporate world, you know, after 20 years in their high
what they
paying,
know.
Yeah, I mean, they're high paying corporate positions because they love fitness, right? I work out 3-4 days a week. I love fitness. I want to open a gym. Just like you and I said, we don't know anything about restaurants. While you might have worked in one, you don't know the inner workings of it like you should if you were going to own it.
Liking
right?
to eat at them doesn't mean you're ready to run one.
Right, so I love fitness. I want to go do this. Okay. Well, they called me and said, hey, we need help with, you know, some very basic things. And I'm thinking like, okay, how long have you been in business for? 1.5 years.
Wow. It's a long time for basic.
When I sat back and I was kind of like, wow, that's scary. So we deep dive in the business a little bit. Mike, they're living out of retirement accounts. At 60 years old, they're living out of their 401k, out of their IRA, out of their, you know, investment accounts, and they're bleeding money.
And it's not like they're investing, it's to keep it alive.
They're stroking checks every month. They're not taking paychecks.
Yeah.
It kept me up at night.
Yeah.
You know, it's heartbreaking. It's disheartening that these people get into this space and they don't know exactly what to do. So, you know, knowing that we have a platform that we can really build out and help individuals to avoid, you know, the pitfalls and the roadblocks and save, like you said, 10, 15 years, save thousands and thousands of dollars, save potential bankruptcies, save the heartache, save the sleepless nights. So I've done it all. You've done it all. We've, you know, sacrificed bills, sacrificed time with family, whatever it is, we've made those sacrifices, which is why I love LRVT, right? Is we've now streamlined this platform to be able to provide the value from experts, whether it's, you know, myself, you in the marketing space, you know,
Rick Mayo with
Rick
scaling
Mayo
up.
scaling. We have Tina Garza with, you know,
Money.
finance. You know, we have
Felicia.
all of these
Yeah.
experts in this space who know a ton.
Some of them knew more than we did.
Oh my
In
gosh,
fact,
yeah.
In fact, pretty much everyone knew more than we did in regards to what they talked about.
Well, I hired Loud Rumor to run my marketing.
Yeah.
Right? I know a little bit about marketing, but I have experts that run the marketing. I know how to read a P&L and go through my balance sheet, but I have an accounting team that runs all my finances, right? So why not get the experts in here to speak in the LRVT platform and ensure success gets pushed to the masses? It just makes sense. Why would you not want that reference, especially when you're spending all these marketing dollars? You spend, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 a month in marketing, and if you don't know how to service those leads, how to convert those leads to actual dollars, you're lighting the money on fire.
Thanks for watching. If you like this episode, make sure you subscribe to our podcast on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, Google Play, or YouTube. And to watch more episodes and get exclusive links from each episode, go to gsdshow.com. Again, that's gsdshow.com.